Hello, this is Zamanzadeh from zznetworking.com. In the last tutorial video, I gave you a complete database with 5 tables. It's important for you to get familiar with the data on your tables in order to work with it. In front of you is a diagram of the tables we created for this database. We have the rep table, the customer table, the orders table, order line table, and the part table. This diagram is generally referred to as an ER model, an entity relationship model, and it describes the relationships your tables have with each other in the structure of your database. The rep table has a one-to-many relationship with the customer table, meaning one rep may have many customers. The customers have a one-to-many relationship with the orders table, since one customer may purchase many orders. The order line tables, the orders table similarly has a one-to-many relationship with the order line table, since one order may have many order lines. In addition, the part table has a one-to-many relationship with the order line table, since one part may be on many order lines. Now let's look through our database and see the different tables and data it contains inside of them. So type select asterisk all columns from rep, and let's view the rep table. The rep table, as you can see, has 3 rows in the bottom pane on your screen. The rep_num column is the primary key column for this table. Now take a look at the data it contains. For rep number 15, the first row, the person it represents has a first name of Pete and a last name of Smith. It gives information about his address, his commission, and his rate. We can then look and see that the rep number represented by 35, the bottom row, represents Susan Cammie and her information. Now, the rep number column is important because it forms what we call a primary foreign key relationship, which I'll make it very clear in a moment. Just pay attention to the fact that this table's primary key is the rep num column. Let's go ahead and select all asterisks from the customer table. Now once you do that, you'll notice that the rep_num column is the last column in this table. This is what we call a foreign key relationship, a primary key foreign key relationship. This column was the primary key for the rep table, but it's a foreign key for the customer table. This is how these two tables relate to each other. The primary key for this table is a customer_num column, the first column that you see in this table. For the customer number, which is 100, it correlates to Johnson's Hardware. It gives Johnson's Hardware's address, the street, the city, the state, and their balance and their credit limit, and so on and so forth. We can see that the customer number 795, the name of the business is Bike Rental, their address, and their information, balance, and credit limit. Now, the customer number column, as we said earlier, is the primary key for this table. It's a primary column for this table. So let's go ahead and select all from the orders table. We select all from orders. Now you notice that the customer_num is the last column in this table. That's a foreign key, primary foreign key relationship. That's how the customers table and orders table relate to each other. The primary column for this table is order_num, and this table gives us the order number. For the first row, it's 111, the date that it was ordered, and which customer it represents. Now let's go ahead and select all from the order line table. Once we go ahead and view the order line table, you can see that here the order number is the first column and the part number is the second column. This is important because the order number correlates to the orders table and the part number is going to correlate to the parts table. In addition, we have the number of items ordered. For the first row, 4 items were ordered. The quoted price for each of these items individually is $23.56. For the last column, the order number is 888. Its part number is 225. The number ordered is 9, and the quoted price for each of these products is $83.56. Now remember the part num column, because now we're going to go to the part table. We select all from part, and now we have the part table in front of us. And the part underscore num column is the primary column for this table. For the first row, the first record, the part number is 125. It represents a stapler set. We have an on-hand, which means we have 77 in our warehouse, stapler sets. The class, which represents the classification of this item, is TY. It's located in warehouse 9, and its unit price is $25. This should give you an example of your tables and the data that's inside your tables. Let's do a few simple queries to try and see how we can represent this information differently. Suppose we want to find the customer number and customer name and balance for our customers. Well, we can always go ahead and say select all from customer, select asterisk from customer. But then we get the entire table. We only want to have the customer number, customer name, and balance. So in that case, we go ahead and say select customer num, comma, customer name, comma, balance from customer. And now we only get the values for these 3 columns, which you can see in your bottom pane. Now suppose, in addition to this, we would like to also find just the customer name where the customer number equals 148. Or in this case, let's suppose we want to find the customer name where the customer number equals 350. Here we could see that the customer name for customer number 350 is Bob Bake Store. We know that's the name for customer 350, but we only want to display this information. How do we do that? We say select customer name from customer where customer number, customer num, equals to, in single quotes, 350, end single quotes. And we get the result, Bob Bake Store. That's an example of a simple query. Let's try another example. Suppose we want to find the customer number and the customer name. Well, first of all, let's go ahead and view the entire table. Select asterisk from customer. Suppose we want to find the customer number and customer name for the customers who live in the state of California. As you can see, we have several customers that live in the state of California, but we only want to see them. So what do we put? We say select customer num, comma, customer name from customer where state equals, single quotes, CA, end single quotes. And now we have a list of the customer numbers and customer names for all the customers we have who live in California. These examples should help you understand basic select statements. In future videos, we will be using compound select statements, which will be described to you momentarily. Thank you for your time, and God bless you.